ngwala signoi, and by the way, angini ngwalas according to the budget. E beta angini ngwala si tiado monono ilukumini akwat edumunete kesa tia tukoto. Tikesa domuna tukoto na ngwala si kitomo na akany. Je kinete kesi million tomo na akany. Kwa ngini ti almost every financial year. Kwenye annual lalas na eji atari boro. Dumuni jobe eji ngwala sikiluma mo yiri ibelibelo situnga ke ngwala siko chaloi eji duelo eri ngwala siki mamo chut instead kopani tungwali ngwala kitosi ngwala siki nyesi these organizations are NGOs nyesi data mtosa ekonai
Abongunengo, I will come back to you. Let me cross over to Honorable Aisu Caroline. Yes, Honorable Aisu Ijaijo Kwamin.
Ajayo.
Yes, akirto na emancipation na igwoiti jo soroti kotoja rauta member na ka Rabet na ka ebuga soroti and avoti na this opoto kadainos tikwa na jo ijaingi na and your constituency abeitaria kutu kedene ipuga ete kilioko iare. What is your comment on that?
Emota.
Yes.
Yana machamakini. Baka idut. Iko kedike polote joke dolta yong itunga. Neka nga na puto bera yong a minister na arai net product lo halcyon high school. So au mission kwa ne beti nga inya buku. Ikotonge so jeni de lo muto soto maisha na kina bunga dumuto halcyon. Honorable Minister yoga ber. Akoto kwa na aini kokini otumaini sete koni musa. Ipo ngojo o Bible otabola kiyo. Chapter 2 verses 18-20. Balabe. Autiti la supana beru. Kwapi twene beta ingarakin. Jaka itara guna toke helpa. Medoti imuria rekata. Konye diru wanado jo politics. Otoma kira nera jo. Asubudo kwa nabale utadobe politics side jo lakin. Aboisina abera ingarakin. Edakiti do baberu. Abo isipine lala noi. Kwa mala atapa pala subanarai. Aberu duch enaikit opotie okorie ochapi neba kasa musubun emalitaska. Konyege otosaki rono ikolo kediko rene bakaiba affirmative action. Ara ibonatibo rene ya otai. Anwaya kati niko keni peseda. Aria kuke di telepai. Nati na tepako ngesa ilota sani oshome sapat. Oyaune temere point dope 1.5 kedinga rengiza na Natalomar University. Inyi kokija ikunyu no Constitution Land 1995. Abaladonu pobe affirmative action for all groups. Angor atumuna ingwala sikalwe mojo mitos. Toni lopejo local government ingino poni bieki na Beru sub-county. Kwa yongo na boy koyete ibalali singine kapo natukopana rani boy ita minister. Ire region nike. Aputi bale roke kadakade jayi. Etionikini itweneneni boy kiti joami sikin. Biloto lolojo bukulo. Mamji dojo bukuye. Nara ibere chut iru anajo kwa kole district loko lo bera jai soroti. Ajai soroti county. Ajai soroti municipality. Ajai serre county. Ajai kasilo. Adope beru iri akitikere. Konye de kilo kit ongichuna lailo ongichuna. Akoto wana ire rora kirono. Anicha kitos. Ajente bonide. Eje kada. Asira ikijo be facilitation. Apotenga jeni. Be facilitation. Eje ito minister. Lenabere je itoma. Elimoino geto ne kau. Konye tenga anen. Engichute kata udabe. Erede ji atakine tena kine. So affirmative action na. College uni arai sek obora no bako yo colleges ake polo akri LOCs aseketa data pressure arai de jela gano mama polo konye kwa na nyanyar arai di polo boleta ngoroponi konya polo wana bona tiberejo soroti iskede west ijo yi kera kirita kira ejai kwa neno west bon ejai kwa neno apolo kaparasha une ya una affirmative action apata na ber konyire rojo kopani elanda boisiti so itei oboni be mamudo kiti bala ingara kiti noido siangor. E bala kope inyabuka neta kwana. Ara kopa nire rojo tuto minise jainen. Ara kora kinora ibonat ira ito yara ibodi seed. Iboro mebe itaira ronad. Ministane na ini tanzu wongon. A member of parliament look te na ini tane dobe. A member of parliament na bere na ini tanzi yare. Konyire rokwa najo. Areja atara member of parliament na Peru. I constituency nyape. Aina ini kitanzi yare. Aibodi na ini job. Aibodi miki job. Araida kisirenti la subana beru beje na nyili. Eje polo petiono. Irwana bojo kati kopani ire rojo kati se nepeta ibali constituency kanyapa rikanyari. Tororo arebo tikanyape. Kata kui kopani kuni. Toroti disereriti. Sebala kopani tabe. Eko tupeona ire rore. Ba affirmative action ne city bale buta ngaraini konye watering attack down yache circumstances zoro paiki te kakolo se dumundo jibala pati te pakation tinejai mame patana se kotobero na ile roba gi unwo pia ido kuna isomana roni kidengare no kunwa ina kon la suban e kotobo pesa bongo rera ya ukatabe e katunga eroro sakirono amo itimokinoni te balakobe Aretio no kwa beti ya kiteri constituency zokito. Ati chepa koya unaidango raredo guoto. Osekai based on population. Nesa kaumisho yi. Irero raibengare no ne empedo. Be population bole tiayi. Obey. Osekuna ati chepa koti kwa na serera isoroti district. Eji atarike dango rare. Konye bonenda kwa pa kope na ingi chute jimbe. Etionini bo waile public administration. Konye bebo kwa na kwa ikina yi. Ekone loko pane ja roke structure ngon bebeje district for jai ide koto je kilo keda beru konya ini ngosi netu muna beru mune lala noi penya kasipo ren erero si araite ni kotone aite beben oria kasa ngoroke dikidio koto meja na kinege meja na kin benata campaign ida idumujo be erida kina beru ne kiri bala iporongunu keri buku nguni kere Sebala kopane ndo tabe ikatu ngano erero siborento to minisi jaijone erero affirmative action na kwa ikisai oboro ponguna arikaru kote osekai by population arti chepakolo mtu kwa nangoraro serere chepakolo mtu kwa nangora ile rojo western nina ipui district kan konyo didi ako pebire rojo kati kwa no ni soroti nenserere aibu amuri ateso kere etionuni etiono iata ine facilitation na beru pedo raja utuke di ofisi ni yare edo pela ilokati kasilo edo pela ilokati oshepije tere pata na ire noki nara ngine tuenese kutu jo koto jamo ne poli doloki na ngesi
Yes, Honorable Akope. Agwela na sida candidates donga inyakunu jo tomano kwamin. Yalama noi.
MB's Konkes kwa na takinos Bonko MTN araigwele jo daily bando na isirigi na kwa tarakai za kanyi mambo bidumu ni MB zitom na kanyi erai kwa ne MB za kaisa uni kanu isirigi na kwa takanyi mambo bidumu ni MB za kaisa kanya uni erai kwa ne MB za kaisa kanya palu kanyi kanu isirigi ne lukumiti mambo berai MB za kwa tak erai kwa ne MB za kwa takaisa kanya uni araipu iatakina do itosumai MB's loko MTN Ido koitiai angope kangon kichikak star ido pikanye noti star ido penoti hash arai itoso my MTN app kanua gwelia daily bundles Bonko
MTN Uganda. Ngesi puga retail ngeteloka. Uganda Communications Commission.
You can bet and get paid using AbaBet with any phone, however small it is. No need for internet. All you have to do is dial *185*60# on Airtel to get the AbaBet menu that you can use to register yourself on AbaBet. Place bets, deposit into your AbaBet account using Airtel Money. Withdraw your winnings to Airtel Money at any time, day or night or so much more. With the AbaBet menu, *185*. *60#, you have access to unlimited games and betting options, all free of charge on your small phone. If you want to use internet, visit www.ababet.ug on your smartphone and enjoy the best betting experience. Always dial *185*60# on Airtel to bet with Ababet, and you will not regret. Any phone works.
Radio ni Rema Jangme Uganda Communications Commission Pugo.
Mamitwa Nyari, Aipupa Limonoki, Nebunto Watchman Ministries, Kanetumo Radiocon, Angini Sabiti, Isawa Niare, Tonsani Unilu Atibo, O Pupujoda, Osura Dumna Kira Jaka Italasoban, Osura Julakin, Akaisi Kanyoni Kanyo Jakwongon, Voice of
Yes, yalama bongno toma gwelana na supa nangin, akaisa kanyauni chiyan kuangon fama, e porto loteso ngesijai joy pupi, e program e Kiko Talk Show, Moses Musa Kauna Choman. Yes, Honorable Akope, akaingiset na maijaijo. Why wouldn't we have one woman, one man represent a district? What is so special with men that they should be more than one person per district? An example, Soroti City and Ekolo Igoi Torijo. We have Honorable Joanna Lobo, Agoikine Buga Kere. Ijatar Jonathan Ebualo for Soroti City West. Ijatari Honorable Latan. What is that the two men need to do that one woman is doing? What is so special with them? Yes, Ijaja Choman.
Eyalama noi onachekai Musa. Eyalama atekerde, eyalama aiwurulu. Ebalakope kwa data. Irero nano ni fibalaron bagi ungobereni boreni biyai. Equality. Oya una imorikina be ojaberu article 32 of the constitution. Nini bero jatare right kede kilokit to address the imbalances at rapa reduction ya do kwa nigre rejo. Soroti City alala armere. Esipo kine dope kilokito sipo kina dope bero. Ejai kepa kationi sibe elalar sirabo isidina. Ngoko pakota balati ataude. Mamerono aje utukede east kede west. Yenye kodonga choenera. Mamerono aje utukede east kede west. Konye dodi kwa ikini boni jenu na ibe. Adope beru epedora boisho lukere. Let us readdress this thing. Adjeu to I voting by population. Ire roberoni. Be itweni bo itunga bidi ebe dope member of parliament aiji anaki. Nyeso mitakope. Orora ba chama inibe. Aka umishoit. Nara Uganda ni. Chama ite ngitwe na lem na ke umishoit. Obongorai osekai based on constituents arai bote population. Arengi chunu babo isitine lale koti MPZ kani. Ama matio ni zanin. Boni ba redo to titunga. Enamba le baka ibe MP dope. Ekoto jana kinitunga imu asine. Apolo kila mara raida kede dope. Edumuni bidope nyin. Mana edumuni aijana kino. Ema meuluti ekada ngun. Konye dili wanyo engenera ngo wildlife affirmative action. Kwa pa berna buit. Be ya utai. Anwale marine balances ngun. Akoto berenga ije njaji letenata. Ire rojo ticha paka kopede balabe. Akoto donga ipo east. Ara ibonata kota ipo west. Nara ineni edita boys itokera chetugweno keru otata yokeru kichinjaji okera edita boys. Konye bobire rojo affirmative action nada. It has been watered down by our cultures. History dumuni je 20 tebala. Inyo bode bere ngala raberu na losa bolo kidi kwa yen. Anore banga kabo isini ati abongor ailaga no kedangor. Akepola affirmative action kwa pena na pupiongo mama ngapupe joko to ado inera narai mamji betro betria, but I could hear her saying okupa inye je kada idumuri jikiri oke bakatiboni be itebere jocho. I want to talk about a copy na remarkably ne check it on. Itebere ja copy to bula ipo na tara iboke di Jonathan Honorable Jonathan Ebwala but iboke de Honorable Tan abunra bolo kidi kilo kabo itnalo silaga no kedangor. Apollo affirmative action and addressing imbalances. Mana transform. Nara iberonda no kwap no kaunu ore no stroti sitara bonano sere. Mami jaut be pedori akopeda abolo kito. Nara itomta kopeda waingon edit. E pedori woda kirit. Ire robot bereja rebuta affirmative action. E potato. Ijoni bala berebe kwenye berika ko ikeriebi. Adili nanjese kada uja idoli boisho akani. Iroko jongese na itangoro no ipe bakasbe araida jata ringe pole koto teta ijana kina boisi te yengalo autana tinga kirta donoje aberuda bere buna limo ni jobe kinyo baberi na injalo selagano kidikio kinye kikabo ikitikio konye bala affirmative action to address the imbalances konye tradition custom a history ire rojo chapter 4 of the constitution ebala bele promote fundamental rights and freedoms konyire robo jibo ujoni etioni kitoni apolo keraidi 20 kata akope araibo bete masumba akopo bujo dikimo akirite bone penene lala araide kijatio kisho araida kijani ngosio ebaleka ta ono kingare no kunibere sire ngon la suban eso manaro teke utedo pe porota temasti terero sa teraina popula te constitution de amendment Erek affirmative actions anu bani bonu so mighty and boma mi so mighty etemo itini konye balakope afeka by constituency arayman by the number of population yalama chama kina
yalama noi let me come to Willy Bisanga. Yes, you speak for the NRM government here in Soroti City. I want you to listen to this. I know you will not, at least you pick some Teso today. I want you to listen to this before I ask you my question.
Ringe bunga berto ma parashano raida ituruna kesire kula peki rume kesile uchepo punde bunga ta mutana bere raile uchulutie takoro ngai kwenyari kilio kwari ni bunga eta ngoro bala ibore ne boya tarikesi uta jai bunga kon kwano sere uta jai bunga la subano je kinja bero to ngesibona ka ile pane je skile ko bonne masinye kisa amomo de jula kina kwa.
Yes, Willy Bisanga, the present date, some men in Soroti City, where you are the president, as far as the NRM party is concerned, are still beating women to the present date. And my question is, what should be done to completely eliminate the imbalance of men and women at all levels, including parliament?
Except we don't want to talk. For the women are beating us every day. Except you can't make it public. When a woman beats you, you cry quietly in your bed and remain there. But I think that... Because you're strong. Because you are strong. Musa,
yes,
we fear to, of course, come out. But let me start from the point of constitutional provisions. You know, at the background of the framers of our current 1995 Constitution, our society, and especially for NRM, what we recognize as a party, the framers of this Constitution, of the 1995 Constitution, sincerely recognized a lot of imbalances in our social, political, and economic engagement of all levels of our people. Honorable Adoa spoke about it, and Akola has spoken about it, beg your pardon, Akope, Aisu. There are three things that came out recognized by the framers of this Constitution. One was redressing the imbalances in our society. Two, I want to also put it that there was a lot of undermining several marginalized groups in society, undermining their status, the disabled, the women, and so many other groups that came, the children and everybody else. Then there were also a lot of prohibitive customs. Honorable Hellen has just alluded to those. She mentioned that, for example, if you're married to a man in any community in Uganda, when your husband dies, they tell you, go back with your children where you came from. You can't inherit your land. You find that women had no right. Even my children now, the girl child in my home, they say that you have no property in the home. The child have produced Bisanga here. They say that you are a girl child, therefore you cannot inherit. That inheritance issue, job discrimination. Not only were women being discriminated, but when a woman goes to look for a job, the first thing that a man wants to do is to have sex with a woman. And promotion. If you are to be promoted, you have had in Makerere marks given before you pass your degree. Even when you're intelligent, they say you can't pass because you're a woman until you sleep with the lecturer. So I think all those sort of prohibitive issues made the woman and the girl child to be very vulnerable. I wanted to start with that background. Therefore, the National Resistance Movement and the framers of the 1999 Constitution recognized that most of these marginalized groups had a lot of gender-related issues. You're hearing of gender violence, had a lot of issues, traditional beliefs, a woman must be in the kitchen, had a lot of historical distortions, that a woman cannot be a king, cannot be anything. In fact, the other day I was thinking that many of the other people are talking of a Mormor. I'm not hearing anybody talking of Hellen being a Mormor. Why can't we have you or anybody else come and compete for the position like the men? They think that, no, but the Queen of England is a queen and is a respected person, or anybody else. I'm not necessarily talking about Hellen.
Yes.
So what I'm thinking that these framers of the Constitution, in all due honesty, recognize there were a lot of challenges with all these groups. Now, when you look at NRM from the period, by the way, before I go there, let me first congratulate the women. On 8th of March, they celebrated that day. Now, you see, under the Millennium Development Goals, issues related to women and all these issues to gender are highly highlighted in the 10 points that the Millennium Development Goals brought out, that women must be politically, socially brought in, both in financial inclusiveness, both in the political inclusiveness and the like. I'm very happy that as I speak now, and all of you know it, that Uganda has been rated the 3rd in the whole of Africa on gender inclusiveness and especially women. That point should not be lost to that. Our copy mentioned the 1.5 marks which were brought in, Makerere brought in. Honorable Hellen Adoa mentioned about the number of constituencies, that 144 is just like the president always says, that before the children eat, you prepare a meal. Here you have cooked matoke, and you know that there's Bisanga who eats so much. There's my sister here also takes a portion, she takes a portion. But you put aside, and little, you say that when everybody else has eaten, the small children must come back and eat. That is the whole mind of the president and the Constitution of 1995, that women 144 positions must be set aside for women alone. This is not a small number. Now, in other parliaments, they have talked about a bloating parliament in Uganda. There can be as many as 300 members of parliament. But if you set aside 144, isn't that 50% almost?
Almost.
But that does not mean that if you have set aside 144 people, Honorable Hellen, Honorable so-and-so, Honorable this and the other, who are able to stand up and compete against men, should not do that. Have you noticed that?
Let me do this. We'll be back.
It's 11 o'clock.
Agentune sawakalo ngesinu mtijo MTN itasoma pointa na konuka MTN senchu osodijo adumuna minatu luka titai MBs luka titai arai imessages luka titai ichikak star idopetu ongon dopet hash oseku use points osodi atupaki unitubitai teteri dumuni aina kinadekon naka senchu.
Everywhere you go, MTN. Get ready.
If I need you now, I can let you go. One hit after another.
Yes, welcome back from that. Yes, Willy Bisanga, your line.
Having set aside the small little food for the younger children, I'm using young figuratively, for the women now, 144 figuratively, are like the children, the young children, the mother keeps aside some food. You eat the fast food altogether, then you come back to find something kept aside for you. That is the principle of NRM. Now, it does not stop my sisters here, or anybody at that, to compete for the positions. But I must make this point very clear now. The biggest enemies of women emancipation could be actually women themselves. Take it from me that, for example, there are leaders here who have been empowered, they have resources, they have the money, they have everything, but they still struggle for positions which should be for A-level or Makerere University leavers. I will speak it on radio here. It does not offend anybody. For example, Cecilia Gual, since 1986, has been in that position of Dokolo here. She only moved from the municipality to Dokolo. Now, for me, I think Cecilia Gual should be taking on the Honorable MP. Who is this from Ndokolo? This very... Okay, Kotogong. That pa. They should be together now on the constituency. Because if you have been empowered, you have been given resources, and Cecilia is one of the richest people. I'm speaking online, and I'm aware. Another day we shall hear it. should not be competing with the small young girls and ladies like Asio, who don't have any money. You are a Speaker of Parliament and you have been a Speaker for since I don't know when, and Vice Speaker, you are still a Kaliru woman MP. What are you doing? You have stagnated the process of empowerment. Those are points. So I'm saying that the biggest challenge and enmity of the women are the women themselves. If you have been empowered by the state, by the political systems, that now you should be moving from that position to allow other regeneration. People should be moving upwards. Now, then,
Now, when I finish, how many times I should do? Should allow other women to come
I don't
in.
expect you next term, 2026, I don't expect you to come back, Honorable Hellen.
So you want me to go?
Go and face the men and come back and tell us that you have beaten a man.
And support another woman.
And
also.
groom young ladies. Now, what are the other challenges? Musa.
Yes.
I told you about the Millennium Development Goals and the maternal challenges of women, the unique functions. If you understand, for example, what a woman goes through, some of these things we shall not speak on radio. There are some challenges women get: menstrual periods, child care, maternity issues related. A mother remains a mother. I will tell you that right from here, the first thing that Honorable Hellen will be thinking about will be going back to the kitchen and cooking for the husband and the children. But at the same time, she has also to meet her constituents. She has to also engage and mix up with men, other men. And you as a man, please, I'm making a disclaimer that it doesn't happen. Some women and some men, or rather mostly men, think that when a wife raises in status, this one we experienced it with the Honorable Doctor, things came out when she was vice president. It became so difficult for a man to manage his level of management, or his level of a husband, and at the same time of the status of a woman who now has gone up. We still have that mentality, that if you as a lady has gone up.
But I think there, Mr. Bisanga, there, it is entirely on a woman to balance and make the man feel
comfortable.
Yes,
but
because
in this case,
we know people like Margaret Thatcher were they balanced their families.
Yes.
But it is you, a woman, to, as I said, you cannot say, don't you know I'm a vice president, I have to come at midnight. You have to be the one to make your children and the husband to know.
Hellen, you still get scared as a man. There are areas that the vice president could reach
yes,
that the husband could not reach. So I want to make it clear, even in Britain, they had a Thatcherite club where men of Thatcher status, because Thatcher was a prime minister, so they formed a Thatcher club to counsel men. Some of them need to be counseled. Because if, like Dr. Kazeba was a vice president and the husband was just an engineer, the man had to get worried. There are spaces and areas that the vice president could go, and even if your husband, you sit there and watch, you can't even know. So those scares come through. But all said and done, I really think that women, for me, if I had to have my way, mothers should be 50% of our leaders. The realization is that actually women are less corrupt, except those who God, I think, over the devil has entered too much. But women, socially, tend to be less corrupt for fear. Because Bisanga will want to steal for the girlfriend here, will want to have this and the other to look good before other people. But women are so satisfied beings that they care as mothers. Now, the school enrollment, I want to say, the 1.5 and the other 30%, you heard about the elective positions, which were reserved for women at the local council and all levels. 30%, at least 3 of the other positions must be left. 1.5, the President Museveni and the NRM has brought out recruitment forces. You are seeing all that. Positions in government, you can hear that almost the cabinet is women. The Prime Minister, the Vice President, the woman MP challenged, though, we have already said that they are able to create an opportunity for other women and other girls to appreciate. But I think the biggest challenge hitherto of a woman at the local level and all other levels is on the family rights. Both even those who are politically empowered, we are yet to come back to understand how a woman should be treated in the family. Inheritance of land, matrimonial home. For example, the challenge, I don't know, Musa, you have heard,
yes,
that some men go and sell land in their bars and the next day you see somebody coming with a grader. Your husband has already sold the land. But thank God that the NRM now, for which I belong, has made sure that if before you sell land, your wife must give consent. Then when a man dies, like today, they don't want to believe that as a leader or as a person, as a woman who has been working, the property you have built belongs to you as well, or even much more. Your relatives come in on the day of burial. Please, can you tell us, what our son has left here? How many chairs?
That is even fair.
How many cows?
They just grab
They come and tell you, leave, go back. Let me conclude this point.
Yes, 1 minute.
1 minute or less.
Okay.
So the dispossession of women on their property, lands and land, I think is still a problem. The children, they say, Bisanga, you produce children, they must belong to you. What about the woman who carried the child in 9 months in the stomach? So women care more for the children than fathers. And I have heard of cases where women have left their children, the stepmother comes and pushes sticks through their private organs, does funny things on those things. So the caring mother will stand all the humiliation, will stand all the gender violence in the home for the sake of children. And that woman yet is suffering internally there, internally suffering and bleeding.
And that's where the country and government has to address. There is a lot of eboliatare tungikali aboliari. Kwenye the psychological torture that children undergo.
And their mothers.
The majority of families are breaking.
They are bleeding.
They are bleeding. The families mothers are leaving children at any time. And they don't know what the co-wives who come to disorganize those families undergoing.
But I thank God.
We are going to raise another bad generation. Because of that bitterness, those children will want to revenge.
So all the street children are there because mothers are being mistreated. If you see these street children, majority of them have made research, have left their homes because of the abuse by fathers, mostly.
The fathers
you
abusing
marry a
the
woman,
mothers.
you marry another woman.
What about the mothers abusing the fathers?
Yes, the same. But when the children get out, I want to say conclusively that the national resistance movement has done so much in creating a platform for the voice of the women. If you go to the police there, every day that I've walked in, you find women have gone to the family desk. They are trying the police and others, they are protecting women and all others, plus all protection of the land. Musa, this is a very big subject, and I want to thank you really.
Thank you.
We want to appreciate.
I will bring you back. Let me bring in Honorable CEO Ongorok, Grace CEO Ongorok. Uganda has been ranked third in the whole world in advocacy for women emancipation, bringing equality between men and Uganda. However, there are still cases at all levels, from the local person, even up to the parliament. Where is the problem?
Elamangono jakait Musa. Elamangono enere Adoa, Papa Bisanga kenache kakope. Genjo, at first, Uganda is known for formulating good policies. And the whole world, Uganda is respected for formulating. But the weakness that we get is practicals. Sometimes a tiono and the implementation becomes tough. However, when you look at equality, you know, first of all, Kronga Shalamik in Apugano NRM, Anu Aja Ikinangor, Ajun Nakisa Pedrosho, Kadaino Monomo, Aparani, Nangor. They deserve a credit. When I talk like that, but truth be told, it's really an achievement to women. Dobire Kijololo, Uganda has demonstrated putting women in the forefront in most positions, which also deserves to be appreciated. And major loan in a pen or Teso irai beneficiaries. Ikamuto narering. Ido, Jeno be jarring, Konyebodo, Imoni boso anepa nebe, recover kadakadi, jarde jarring ni kujungina, be Johnny office in Langi recruit. Itunga lipoko pe monye, dodo bia on very kwa patekere, ponebani meda unoni da. Opposition zangu. Nara aidaka kwa pokere, John Toto Kuju, a vice president. John Toto a speaker. I'm also proud of Toto Hellen Adoa, fisheries. I'm also proud of many women, Jetota Samodang in our disabilities. So Teso has really been privileged. I'm just counting Berangwar. Then we have our MPs in Ungor. I think this is an opportunity for Teso. First of all, kapabero na tekere no Teso. I made down aneji wakongare no. And actually, it's really not easy. But for me, I'm really empowering. Poloto to loato to boikinos. Ibo ridio ni koto ni kwa patekere pero na made down. Nare poroto baka ibe 2 heads are better than 1. Dumunjo be ni morki noto rilu. Patano na jiun. Konya tionis ne polo no Teso pull down syndrome, which will not help us to develop. Kopana Ber, let's simulate other communities. Like, for me, our biggest opportunity we had was during the barrier more. La betoroni kwa patekera I da kakironi kamana kara tekera na Teso. So that inakini direct a message to president, and we would have gained because when you're grieving, a pattern of sympathy might also come, and other things can come in. But we messed up that chance. Even I would have believed even if collections were done, we would have gotten a lot of money that would have helped to kickstart projects. People went back at the Capone. Then we zeroed it to just looking at others. It did not help us. Instead, yes. We lost. So coming back.
Coming back.
Go on.
When you talk about Inerejo Luatu to Jai Honorable
yes.
Hellen Adoa, Jai Honorable Ngunu Kierre, Luego Ikintosi Oni Adoke Nangon.
Yes.
We Eroko Aichika Kinio Nangor Elosia Konye. Mamerao kwapwa ne bon. Tejo nani ni epurra Honorable Hellen Adoa ngon monyebe ikiliok ribunga ete angor. Of course eraibore ni leich. Mamenga jina ribunga ne Bisanga da beru. That is bad. But this is happening. Even at the level of parliament. Eroko ichika kintai angoroto nwejasi yo parliament. Nyesengi story ngebe aibeja tunis.
To be sincere kijo. Jar. Ejaboneni be nakitangora pedorosho. But there are a lot of challenges ejasi. Now ibongujo age unokwap aloste kuju. Now we have Kopana as we speak. There's a lot of domestic violence. Idomunji kalia le po emamainer. Lo papa le po. Actually, I think iboro lukere bongo rosi kwa kau. Historically, iwanje pon le jar aberu. Ekilo kritika aberu, and as we always speak, we can never be equal. We should know our roles. As a man or as a husband, as a wife or as a woman, we should know I be better on our limit. Now, being a man, no Teso the culture silipo. Ekilo kite manyinyo aberu. And by the way, we should not joke with the dowry payments. Ma'am, you cannot even raise a voice as a woman. You cannot live because cows have crossed. A man, you're my property. My property.
Is that right?
It is not right. But when you look at it's
not right to make a woman a property because you paid.
Yes.
But also at the same time, let's not think dowry is backward.
It strengthens culture.
You know,
it's culture.
Dowry, ile muji baren, rai an appreciation. Ni todu to be agogongori kwa na a relationship. Kwenye mami aina kineta angunu, eragwela itunganan. Kwenye nye isibo balema ribe, engo mama kota koka udukweni kwa en, mame joko. Narai, it is part of it's part of our culture.
Yes.
Itunga da ngulu balas bembele mete dawari. Itunga kire ngunu ejepon le dumunatare. For example, in Buganda, elimuno be mele mibare. Konyi boro ligoko kine tunga na paki ngini ki icho longo isirigini nyo. Oso di bobe ya unete bokwi duwe ija itosho mi duwe ngunu tona isirigini di ngunu. Oso da iche tribes aibora iche kwa psine. It is the father of the girl. Ngesebe ita itachakata paki ne dukone. Ngesebe ita itachigarama na kere. That is still their culture lebe ita ikonai. I unifying. kiasi konya mera ibe you become a property.
Yes, Honorable Asio, as you conclude.
Now, when you look at Uganda kopana, jina neni be elemeti kilioko iboro ashalamiken. But when you look at a woman or rekon, a woman plays a big role, and she's actually it's called a beast of burden collected all in one head. Ejikilo kolomito be bejo bere joko na konisoma inako na kadema maswan boyo rei boy. To be sincere, when you look at the work this woman is doing at home, is more than office, because aberna ijabeta ipo ijabeta daridwe poti ejo ila penguni kanyangon ijabeta daktikoka kwa ikai tanak, creating time both for the man, for the children, and for the family members. It becomes heavy. So ibonguni jo emonyete tungabeto no parliament jaibunga. Now, most of us women, when we get empowered, imuroki ni doni kale wamdo kwa ni bipolo koto na depari kilio, and it becomes worse if a woman is earning much salary than a man. Angorache saraunete kilokiti bakata be mama dajo kis actually nyauni ya sale koto obongne sale koto, which is wrong. So dumuni jo the example of Koita Vice President Kasibwe, it was not good. And
Honorable Asio, as we conclude in just 30 seconds, ibongu jore kware nare tumur hinanijo eche tunganan arai Willy Bisanga ajaji nanut arai bati Moses Musa nenichie osori ya bongu no re sodo kile niko na bapa ja chaka kini kwap ediakarit
you cannot just slap narai dumur jitweta regwete kadi twet. And even if someone has done something wrong, kopana parashane jikisela, you have no right to raise your hands to beat someone. It's wrong. Narai jenijo abere rai borene nonoko.
Yes.
A possible abate, and we are very delicate. Fakti petajo ya petaja uris. Fakta twani kinene. Dumunjo be you will be imprisoned. So for me, kwapasio, etango bala busakent, if we are going to delay in the place of work, or if we have something else, today is a .com world. We have phones. You can call your husband or someone, inform them by kopana bere, this has come up, I may not be able to come back home early. Ano. And if you're also an understanding man, it is possible. When you go ejang ordering ala ineti kilioko, ebe loseta aswamo workshop, and yet they go on another appointment with other men, which is bad. Then lastly, maybe
Ipa pikang unerono.
Hey, Bapa, Mama, I will not really encourage you, Bapa.
Okay, let me take a short commercial break. I will get back to you. Yes, Mam Kunyero Radio Kun.
Ikatunga, Iwalaros BA.
Eja kait, Iwalaros e joko noi.
Kunye Emma, aparashanu. Esukute uko boss bala tumuna na tumuna. Ido yalama.
Adawenga pupundu kuzuda. Aika yeya, nyese jai, o Martin Luka Chitusi drink, nyesi koni Martin, Lua Chuetai, Obale, Amajani, Kedesi Kelao, Mamu Chitusi temerikini, Eja Sinyaleta, Luka Zinc, Magnesium, Vitamins, Nuingara Kinete, Aitugugong, Ako Jokon, Itije Cancer, Osoda Lotuna Gathia Kwana Koni Kiere, Chitusi drink, nyesida, Esudetai, Ochupai Luka Plastic, o Milita Sakwatoni Bon, Ido Arabede Kesh, Yese Giatar Kele Riagilo Muchoga, Chitusi drink, nyesida, Itojo Cartos, Luka UNBS, Ochuitos, Luka Chitusi, Farm Company, Odumako Dukai, Kido Supermarket Viaskeda Jo, Amajo Nipo, Inome Simu, Enoti Kanyari Kanyori Kanyare, Union Otuongon, Ikanyuni do.
MB's Concase Kwana Airta Kinos, Bonko MTN, Araigwele Jo Daily Bando, na isirigina kwa tarakai zakani. Mambo bidumuni MB's Tom Nakany, Erai Kwane, MB's Kaisa Uni. Kanu isirigina kwa takani, Mambo bidumuni MB's Kaisa Kanyauni. Erai Kwane, MB's Kaisa Kanyapalukan. Kanu isirigine lukumi, Mambo berai MB's Kwatat. Erai Kwane, MB's Kwata Kaisa Kanyauni. Araipo, Iatakina do, itosumai MB's Loko MTN. Ido koitiai angope kangon kichikak star ido pikanye noti star ido penoti hash arai itoso my MTN app kanua gwelia daily bundles bonko
MTN Uganda ngesi puga riteiro ngeteloka Uganda Communications Commission
Hey Richard, yala man noya ni nyaman. Bia pero ya ata ni chapati. Lo angare ngore. Mam ngi tori borene jiji mikata ina geunet.
Sore agini tungene enyamite chapati dopet. Kiramu ngureta dopet na kaeuga hapa kina lolo.
Abwenga misi kibeuga konde raile jiji minui. Ai boroberi du motorjo.
Richard, mam jai puponte be jai ko pepa ni ngano loi tetet. Kida kira no kae kiri didi. Supremo flang isde jai koto mo ngano kede kiri didi. Supremo flang isde jokna noe kanoi jara kon. Jiji mido jasi keda iboro ritojo karete jautene kon ikanyango no kiere. Buono noi ido itosoma kinyetana edit. Oma meja ichanchana pack. Supremo fla ngisda iduma kinjo tomo supermarkets keda iduka ikere kaneko Uganda. Supremo fla ngisda isoma tos luka Mandela Millers. Duma kinjo kesa runabout na Kobu Sega. Orotlo kwa Masaka. Ido isoma tos luko Mandela Group.
Here at Ombokolo Primary School, we have adopted the use of biogas in the day-to-day running of the school. First, all the toilet, animal, agricultural, and food waste is collected and combined in what we call a biodigester. It digests the waste and produces methane, the cooking gas. So the meals are prepared on time. We also use it for lighting. It helps us save on electricity. I encourage institutions and even homes to adopt to this system. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development with support from GIZ through the promotion of renewable energy and energy efficiency program.
Eyo papero ichana kini chabojo ko yeteng wali kore ya betting noi osore teleka hari sirigini keda kagwira website ada no sin kapono ba mami kuria na kagwira wo nyesko pe kwana ina na kini tunga isirigini wa titai anwe betting obuleke betting ro no ni keda kagwira wo oloma dojo lago so da chikakin www.kagwirawo.co.ug anwe betting kera MTN ichikak star idopeti kanya pikany star iwongon star ikanya pe star iwongon hash Sorja sekuna namba itomon. Iwadika unujo. Ijukaro ye kone kiror. O promotion okori kosi. Ikanyapi. Anwa betting tusoma Airtel. Ichikak star. Idopeti kanya unikany star. Ikany star. Uni star. Idopeti hash. O sorja sekuna namba itomon. Iwadika unujo. Ijukaro ye kone kiror. O promotion okori kosi. Ikanyapi. Anwa gangat. Inome simu. Enoti uni dopeti yare. Iyare dopeti kany, iare noti dopet. Are not kanyare noti iare dopeti kany, iare noti dopet. Epiki ngese minana ido. Mama chama ita nguni karto mwana kanyoni kwa. Kagwira wo ngese dojo karosi luka National Gaming Board.
Yes, yalama bongo to magwela na super na ngin. Iroko ilo singaren kede program lokai kiko talk show. Ido nyabukai akiro onuda Genda Equality. Amaiji asiangor kai kilio. Yes, Honorable Minister, to what extent has government of Uganda empowered women and balanced the superiority of men over women?
As we said already, atama pugani aikia unabero kwa pineraroni wailo politically kapana tabalarengo.
Yes.
Especially seat berela bero parliament. Also the district, also the LOC1, LOC3, at all levels. A J special seat berela bero. Do di competing I soke de che. Do neninye siboni konai. Mami boro kere da unado pe paki. Tiemundo ni ngunu alosete. Konye bera tama pugan. Then itu itejo a cabinet kopana leje iso.
Yes.
Ipuangor otoma do kukurake tamitos angoro no pedorete, and it makes us also happy to see that we have a vice president, we have a deputy speaker, we have a prime minister. It makes women feel good. By the way, araida mamo kiese pedoreta yaon asabunyu kopane poletiai araida mamo Kati bere celebrating Women's Day. Araida bere mamujo iloto jongina e kanya tenge obong. Mame kuta limu nube. Nyobodo ilo soto resto da ngina. Da city celebration nyobodo ya auto. Konye bere ja losting ipengi na losti kati biyana Musa. Aja inga muria. E pole ja unatara nga ngoro no amuria. So ite kosyoke de ngo. So ite itode niki nga submission isoma ite. Anabunga dume NGO se tamitos katunge tamitos NGO sa ngina. aswama bunga limo kesbi so serere arde do PNG ye mame etamitosa isishana kinangora kirosine nwepo now you know engokwa padoa osodi kokweni pese ne jo chalo so mereche ai pupu beba vice president abero a deputy speaker bero prime minister bero ege oni kokungini birai wo mame anyuto rada medol to sardi te aputo shabon ade mame anyuta puto sho pupa ipup pirbo rango da shom orango da shom asodi ngoda subo bala do amache kwa eno rango da shom you know that motivation alone eje kapugani children look up to be motivated. And again we are saying because girl child has picked up ewotasisa ibongo kwap. So we need also again aishana kinidwelo sap ebe look at so and so, look at so and so, and even MPs lukiliok also the minister also the president elo sete kwape kuto kisalimu nubengolo. I used to be like you because ribo rengini common kede sangor ira isa minister na neidoli sokere we sinyiko ikini siko keni pese we tell them girls when I was at school I was very poor but what helped me is to work hard, love God and study. So the girl embraces that and women are good at listening kwenye sometimes kilioko elo ti kilioko iraije guess of honor. He doesn't look at ebeji sapa ibiji asese mamnga koto esi. Although I want to thank Honorable Chweri dila Honorable Chweri borengin eja ingeso chalo eja ye functionally moini duelo sapa ezulu I talk eja hypothesis you know it makes them feel ebe another man has raised voice ekoto sariengun kwenye sometimes etengo noi my female counterparts elo sete function they just go show me message ilo jukatera ara ilo story ngesi mame just kede this local touch la jenu meji ko ke uta kede jae ejiko ke ni sapat nara ko panas we talked of co-wives and all this ejidu elu sapada luije kitai ibunga weduelu sapako pano chaloi uta isapangunu to intimidate osodi as Bisanga said yeduelu sap you know boy children when they see a girl has become number 1 in the class they feel intimidated. When the boys see that the girls have now some, you know, they say where they talk. For example, I want to give you a sample. There was a year we had the girls more than boys in Alsho. These girls started commanding boys on what to do. And what happened? The school was not getting balanced. So the next year we had to make sure that we decrease the number of girls. We decided to over-demeet boys. So we make sure that the boys' number now is a bit higher than the girls.
So they can easily control the girls.
Yeah, because sometimes when the girls intimidate or women intimidate men, they go down. So that's why it's very important. Ona itu niko kisapata okwapo chalo iwoko. Ejidu elu sap. Lue kota limono kinikesi da ikonai. Aikieun. For example, even Women's Day. Ije kita apesure wete. Epoti sapada. Era jasa ngaraki na apesuri this okau. And they say, no. Even MC don't be it is. So now, when will boys also have this day where they can also show? So we want to encourage boys, even okwaya le kanisa, idila ngoro ngesipo. Dodi kilioko, kaungi ni kilioko. So we need to encourage both because words, it is equality.
The men are becoming more inferior.
The government, let me not get lost, government has empowered a woman in all levels. Kota ishalami kinapugan. So, haraidi kia woti wailo minister wailo MPs wailo ochalo wailo special day at Women's Day wailo budgets luegelegela web and all this. We have even asked government but the buni parish model mamile mari web na haraije kini so ikonai ijesar. So atama pugan doda koto ngai liponi di kulepek etamita pugan.
Yes.
Arai mamuji lope ilo sa ichato kale kon, even with the parish model. Arai mame silo saraun organize ani sibe inyobi medaunsa jokis alime president apakina Women's Day. Ebe even at a household level, aripwe so household level okus, you have a right to apply. Nara pugani je ikini sirigini luo parish model kwape eboret kwape grant. Dodo kwa ne parish model ngese raunu nyo alone. E raunu kwa nesa kongoni je kina pugani singine grant. Konyedo kwa nesa kongoni ngese baita ikopana risirigin sa chama kapugani even at a house level. Mamunga kota ngorai tumori neribe ipolori soda when you cannot be able to bring food take kilo kiti all the time koto jamu nyuda sabunyu kwa na polorete itejo kunyilo tojeda ijaiberjo di bore kon, and that's why I want women to be helped.
Kapa bero
NGOs ke de solu japugan ai ngaraki na ngoronu ipechito so kwapo anyi ne bikieuno kesida tetere patanado. And the government has put money in the Office of Gender and all this. Ekoto angoro alemunu ni sirigini ngun. Ani akoto ngailepi commercial officers, chaos and the chiefs. Mami tunge jeneta ibeji kapun. Even in this parish model, if we don't tell people how to get, this money will pass. So the government has empowered the woman, but at a local level, we don't. In a burial, every burial is only politicians who talk. But we don't give a commercial officer to tell gender officer to tell people in a burial
where
what opportunities. Aibeduma kinetango sirigin, aibeduma kinetingwa lasi kisirigin, aibeduma kinetikilio kisirigin. Eji sirigin nwe mina inya kanari. Osore eji kapunwe ngopitos, mami tunge jenete pone bani, a level bani. Ache parasha, ejisilwe ya uno lu 30 million micro projects lu ministry obore prime minister mami tunge geneti kapunulo. So the government is doing well up kwenye kwapuni the message is not, information is not flowing.
Thank you so much. Let me cross over to Honorable Akope Aisu, Caroline Akope Aisu. Yes, Ijajo Kwamin. Yes, Caroline.
Yes.
Hello.
Okay.
Yes. Kwana, your opinion on ikiliok lueri daete angor. Daete le karti noi aredi akarta beru.
Ikatunga. Buma achamakil. Areda kina nelo mnoto mokal ipuwa kisho nuya unite. Mapatao de na nate plom ne ngui action toto mokal. It's out of something that a family may have failed to handle. Arabona tipore enamen itumia right moki. Akota ilipi noa papa. Konyero ke lipa noa papa. Chama kiderenge lipi so noa toto kwa parara beru. Abola kirota naka aloka suban dironi ngarakinaka. Atamotu beroni araida imalayo na kewoni dangor dero kikeida. Anona na neja o kijaka patane kiti dush o ninu atoto ate maribiti moi no waduchi beja paraka no deru jali mbiti mwada mera jibya kari kwenye nara ikoto jaya takino ujori nara ikoto jaya ito adiki nuche duwe de pone lote beito nara ida tibya kari papa ijo ni kirene for the sake of ejaka iti Bisanga. Most oftenly, women have had to be silent, even on issues that men have committed at home, because they want to emulate the right models, right things that do the children. So what is Chanikitani? Mama ngabala bani rikisido ngodongojo mam. Ishi shautu, let's appreciate dialogue in our communities and in our families. Papa Jakait, kini joda, aije sumbere moti kwa opuko kini rako na bero. Ina rajoda iya papare je ko pe bakaroni bangor je ko na pe subdoron la suban ina rajare retwenen lotuke kapakina aito polikalia e pedora kupokin nara ite majobe ijoli koto ato tole konekal ai bungana cheno waikon arabota bera arabota. I like that point of mentioning the ikiloko da kwana jakira ngoro na ni bunga ikiloko konya dodo boni be mami kiloko titi ngai kwa ikinai alimor e konya ito do muna nena konya ito konya to the very equality.
Apart from my bunga, even psychologically, I bunga psychologically, ijo chutai chopo o center, aja utu kede kilo kiteche, oboli are kilo kitite jedi nyamari tono kekida, ojo kile niko ni teibe jaibo baka bereche kilo iti, which has never happened, but there are women who are doing that with no shame. It's worse than you rather beat me than a kilo ite chai nyamu nujoto no keki. And I even with the phones now, ija bero ai wala kita kerene na bathroom iware joto e kilo ito keri jagwanya bale mame netwaka nera gwanya ebune kilo ito rienguni gwa esimu you know this kind of thing. Phones have destroyed the families. Ara bo jamu ne penen kede kwa ne password kwaite the password mambo bikota that is even worse than ibunga.
Yes, Honorable Akope.
Ajaye.
Yes, erikenera ilokon.
Alama noi. Jenjinera toto kujabera pupokit. Sebalako pale. Violence is cutting across. No, it should when we talk about women's emancipation and equality in our community. Ejache ngorkope natinera rona ne de ekota beru do pera ya mboromesa. Koshindo mungu ndare kwa nepe ya mboromesa. Balabaha asojo dangon lota asani nara ngoda bia na gwezi nyani edia. But elipi simon watoto elipi tangor. Babongo kisi abongo sanono kikisi. Kiro ne bale baibuli. Oni rengara na kinak. Ara idi jaija doke tashi dikiara edepe kone jakai. O chambere jano no karoto mokal. Ono to dojo jaido jo kinganyi na nendo chat diya unaji kone powers kwape kono ofisi. Ponyore esi shautu aibu makini. Ai lipida kira ipipu ikale anwe boitos otomaili. Ijeni chutube ejaijo na sete idue apolo na kolo kedena kwana. Ipupi joti kuchori jamo jong bara ide chuno ngiri. Ngesi dumu najo be ipu ikale anwa ngiri to apuseru noto no nyiksi jaka ai boyo bakasi bara eda sumasino apa ikina nganwe duwe konya bala bakope siri nyiri kidoto ne twena arari jo tena bara reja kaiti bisanga beje kwa noni police ne ni lo sperejo dani mor batu beje ngona konya mamti ngapoto wene kaja kaitida ingara ibere senya mukanya buke bible de bare jationi iworo elders iboy kinoto geuta iner physically, emotionally, ationuko pane. Konye lipiti ngonu atoto. Anono kisi, achamutoni araut, engarakinak. Ite balakiri baibuli do profeso, baberu na docho. Nyesa beru ni visi nyamatoreke. Nyesa beru na choid. Siri cham, aila jari boi dobeke, usapu gani boi kinjo balasa. Nyesa kudur ngai malanu atoto ngun. Nwe utasi, okula na tipororo to kerete. Ibu kuje kamese la balang be eturiti ngangwa. Nwe tatata, nwa muta na ros, nwe gimo ros, kwenye bakasi be. Anu apolo na akosa kwap, anu apolo ni kadwe, anu apolo ni kalia. Apai na cherededit, kida abala boni be. Nuki raiti moto onweja aso kalia. Kwenye nwa pape mwiki.
Yes.
Eto mana ros. Ibu na wana anyo nuboni be. Ebu na ipuch alomun. Ejai ko bikeshun sene baka ibe neglect. Nese mare kilo kit. Ara ko bera teno ba. Enye kidongo ngon makuta gweli nyama. Makuta gweli bori kamuti disibori. Ikatunga. Mori kikino sale masara eda bote jie ngon lejai. Oto manata beru kede jakai. Ne kotor nati papo koto tuto balato maa koto. Ba eto nbitoki junior bia. Obisa ijo. Mori kikino sabaka siboni be. Itu shautu. Echelete lo muno tome ineri konda. Ijo ina. para papa ijo ipupa kona beru naro tomane kere ai boy sitini lomno ni Uganda ni balo ni koto ni napa inokuju ekeuno to motogo koni ekeuno to mokal unyanya rate kere
yala manoi yes abongune ngona nekon e jautu beri simuni this before I come back to the studio enoti iuni kanyango ni yari kanyauni wongon enoti ikanyauni wongon ara imam ijukujo SMS otoma number enoti kanyari kanyauni wongon enoti ikanyauni uni kede yari 0392840884 or SMS on 0775840832. Let me take the first caller. Voice of Teso, hello.
Hello.
Ekiror kana no motor jesimu.
Inera fiyo kira fudo na Seru Charles obukorungo.
Yes, Seru Charles.
Yala mono jiji makiro.
Yes.
Yala mkiro akiro ni nera minister ni noi.
Yala mano.
Era kiro ngunu chuti noi na ineta tekere amiziki na GNB. Eja ite no direction la jokan.
Yala mano.
So that akodonga lima kirare noi na itosi neroko edumra kirian twine kotoi.
Atipenoi.
Akerto na soliti. Ese to sumai la ngajer. Arona ngajer to sumai tauriaka neja sake saat aberu kire kiloi. Erona ngajer to sumai tauriaka yes. Doe. Idumuni yobe soli mina lo stir ya munton doe kape CV team kato morunga tuyala ino. Ilimona tidu yobe baka kala papa ngobe la nyirako. Dodo beraka ko kira papa le me bueno kilo ranga bodo beredu no tiela nyir. Idumuni yobe limona bere ko keni PCV. Iko bo yo na do rangora hello. Ebe ngoda bo ajala ko bora papa ka. Don bo di wori ko yo yo ngara utu ne dari yo.
Yalama.
Iko ka ni Teso bu ni bala yobe. Mam na no ni kiri yo. So akira ngaje pe.
Erono.
Ebulaina no rewotoringa.
Yalama no.
Ekosi ajer na mamu ikapule kale do. Polo. Era chamna konado ke tight espera ye wotongare.
Yalama no.
Kofini boroli cheri.
Yalama no. Ouriana tetere nyaikin lucheda pack alim now show it. Voice of Teso, hello. Voice of Teso, hello. Ekirorka na ino motor jesimu Ouriana.
Inersio kana uta sibine nompe simala la molo.
Yes, au misho atipatipe.
Vai samana lo sisire.
Yes.
Akodanga salamiki ni ingarno kon kachido de tawa.
Yes.
Yada MP ni na ko sunda muria.
Yes.
Dodo boni borne pon kora le. Ne jawnto rasuban ka ngun esri ngareno. Ka bia pon pekila so wera ne job. Onye di bore bone pole. At least bala ti biana kino temona. Okwe ja sangor no mame produkto dara de kunya kinine asebero pe. Ngare na at bala te ya pe bere kwaen. Karjan kino temona. Eda na polo ne ran national ne district. Bala bomber bonera ne na temona bere bo. At least rangor no kwa no akelo sai apupu na kro kwanta ngun. Obuli kini ibor do pena kwa mena awasha. Kilo koda. Koda ina sangor apedoro sai. Amne etene no papa ne. Ekilo kiraja utore ko nyama ruka gwanya na federi lo saberu paran.
Yala mano.
Atini do dukule de gwanya abero right peren itone na yo ngida. Ai mame kuria na mi kon ka tikisho. Ito kilo perje rapa kinora do asemu ai lo. Dara abero ja uturi mama gwanya. Abero kuria na abero ko roni kapikilo. Ayanga sangore jok.
Yala mano.
Sangora ngosi bibi. Agola kinangori gwen.
Yala mano agwela nasi ibongutoni.
Hello. These electricity bills. How does someone make a profit and enjoy some kamani?
But Ochaya, you need to start using energy-efficient technologies in your business.
Energy efficient?
Yes. Start by replacing your bulbs with LED bulbs. You need to use efficient motors, capacitor banks for power factor correction, and efficient air compressors. Even equipment like refrigerators and air conditioners should be energy efficient. Although energy efficient products have a high initial cost, your electricity bills reduce forever and you recover your investment eventually.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development with support from GIZ through the promotion of renewable energy and energy efficiency program.
Ankole, Muhango. They actually date, don't date. Vivagishu, Humoba football fool. It means king-size freshness for all. Movit Family Soap is giving you a fresh start for your family. This soap is indeed so big. Tagwerera, Muangazi, it has a great kawowo. Oh, nada, no nada, kare no nada dala. Available in coconut, aloe vera, lemon, and rose. Find the king-size Movit Family Soap in all Dukas, next supermarkets close to you. Movit, all-day confidence.
Goes here towards Costa. What a nice start!
Iye muto reja ukano ikes luta e company loka girl sport betting eskope kwana eta papa ne ponele betting itoso mai dise simu kere ipedori kwana jo e betting imma itoso mai internet no bet jasom anwagi are betting owanye be ijata liko de mobile man osimu kon osoda chika star ido peti kanya pe kan star iwongon star ikanya pe star ikanya pe hash o sekundo je timur konwe minajo kede odds we langiri noi araitele kajo elomriko nikapu no simu kon kanepe kanen anwaga ngat kala jenwe po inome simu lokati tai enot kanya une note iuni wongon ikanye kany girl sport betting is what kauna ido imani mani National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board of Uganda epiki nyasemina na ido ichana kwa depart mama chama kita inguni karakaisari kanye kwa
man. The guy was so sure he was right, but in the end I still ate his money.
But whose airtime are you using these days?
Man, Gatawo is here for me.
Gatawo?
Yes, I started using Rigo Paints and the quality is excellent and I get free instant airtime, so I just keep on using. Get free instant airtime when you buy selected Rigo Paints products. You will find 2 scratch cards inside the tin. One is for free airtime, and to redeem your airtime, type Gata, leave space, enter the scratch code and send to 6585. The second scratch card is for loyalty points for the Premier Painters Club. Reward yourself with solar equipment, a motorbike and more when you join this club. The more you buy, the bigger the rewards. To join, type our club, leave space, register and send to 6585 or call 0206 300 600. Rigo Paints, even the walls like it.
Yes, welcome back from that short commercial break. Let me take 2 more callers before I get back to the studio. Voice of Teso, hello.
Hello.
Yes, ekiror kana no motor yesimu.
Na muntu yesimu katatu.
Yes. Ekiror. Ekiror?
Nyulle Isaac.
Yes, Isaac. How misho bakasai?
Nasa dikashalam kiti na program eh.
Yalama noi.
Na yare telo sinda jaminista Hellen. Apara shalu e company yana sisu mundur nek ngada ingar na singate sini kaya na sadar sisa.
Mame pupu ntije jok.
Apara shalu e company yana sina jari na sisa raja sadar kiyere tan shubu. Bagane sele mungkin ba ingar na sima teknik na raja semua kadacha kana urne tete monoki ni boro pa ni radio ni munna kana urne. Udah balane si bayi ngar na singo teknik ko. Udah bodo more kata kila ilu. Darte kwana da banga. Ntoni kiti ngenda ra kini kala nesi.
Okay. Ada apupu kwa ngesi ido ajeni ngebunu ngesi abongo kini jo. Yes, jautu simula wasia. Voice of Teso, hello.
Hello.
Ekirol kana no motor yesimu.
Eka kirora lonye Elizabeth.
Yes, Alonyo.
Mupura kokono.
Yes, how misho?
Eshala kiti kwenye program des jasi tomosu mune. Akotona jaikina na bala bone be. Amine se koto jaya ngaration akirono tai bala jo be akironi kama kino na idue bebie. Ko akirongo no kere lumneta ane je malpa bolo kuleja sobokale. Idumone ja iko abedora au yana seni kokena pena pelo mami bosakiri tena pengoli na sisupi ara ngeseba karba bongo no kisilo apa pa bongo no kisike kedwe oro na pela osori baba ngoroda ja sangora bakabe biblia pedoso no ngoro konya ngoro de biblia pedoso no kali ake na nota e pedora bere kamune business da kamune business kono bombe kori so me kilo da ta beru ne te o tinga beru ni kapun e kilo kibala mambere kilo no kaleda
yala manoi
e kilo kitida kopo kwa yen esa bala ngo boya nga kirongo to barabe ditemo ine nape to no somero nyena ele badwa isomangun
yala manoi adao a minister pupu na kirongon yes do ejai tungalwe jukuntosi SMS Ebaleja Kaitlebe. Moses Musa, thanks for the program. This is Joyous John Gueri. I want to appreciate the panelists, most especially the minister. What she spoke is true, and I also want to add my voice to the men that let's do and learn to apologize. Yes, Yalamanoi, and then Ebaleja Kaitlebe, thanks for the program. This is Patrick from Usuk. I wanted to say something on human rights. The leaders should teach the public more so that women they have forgotten their roles as women. Now they are focusing on rights. That's why gender-based violence cases are rising in families. And then Ebaleja Kaitlobe tungaloa kwap etwakianarete iborolwe po narai emamei civic education. Ido Collins from Soroti Ebala Kwangin. And then this person Ebalebe, I like the program. Honorable CEO, come back home. NRM is the house as you appreciate the NRM for women empowerment. Big ups to Toto Minister Adoa and Willy Bisanga. I'm Honorable Gunyu Anthony Otuko Pamoja. Yes, Ejakaitingon. Though this person say, hi, well done for the show. This is Nix from Nax. And Hingisti Bongese Kosho. No, this is not the time. And we only have 7 minutes to the end of our program. Koronga the Honorable Minister. In 2 minutes, you respond.
Take care, yala my poop. Bonguni bobo, noi. In the near future, Tomapaki ne Uriana, we shall come and talk about parish development model. Because abeti bi ansa nero parliament konya poni postponing ai. Sibuna ishana kinesi, ngai bebe ita auto parish model, nunyo ikebe ita swam, nyo bonguni. Konye lolo kotonga shalam kinesu noi. Ai balaki rotobe eje kinangora pedorosho, konya ngore nye isiba imoro ka pedorosho. Osodi eringitu ngeja kwap kidai ningosha ikota elepi ebe adi numunumoni erai abunere ne pepe mamerai be ringangora nyito si chanyo woro ere osoda bongono kini e bale Charles lo morunga tunyu era beit angajep na itwa samoni nwinero ni onyo kati ainera nanga kirongu be bale koke langira ko bale langira ko e mami tweni do kwani jela kije somero nare langiri ya kolos je dukone ngai be kiloit e kota berne langira ko ara ngai ba bere kote twele langira ko koto soda kilio kolo do ja urine kiningi dwe dalwe lang e kote kilo to bere na ko aberuda mami dakara ko ni ko retu nganan do ja uri dwe lumo iwe pota etapasa je
lweba kasbe 1 + 1 equals to 11
ije kini jo ilosi ja deki skopa bere je kini je kia 3 times 2 ogeon jo be 3 times 2 is 6 ogenja daka ni koko e syrup an tamaskine tadope e koto jodo bene na ko so di konye ejeja kaila balabe ajoko tipa sabu county is celebrating mame patana elangiri noi araibere district chipake akwata kanyare million tedo pije ikini e budget so boni bore na koto ngai pi district an areja onu kati biani aja onu wera iwala rwangarte morunga tunyi iwala rekarungu rwangarte kwa insodo serere ikonen osode jakaitile no mutesimu be isumunti jongo campaign ngai ba ngarengo o technical school ibiro roberenge sotoma nare jeneti tungalo serere pole campaign ngango jenete be no mamelimu no konyara yu balajo be sumunti ngojo orucho kinoskele chairman lo itela kon chairman lo NRM lo itela ngese jeni jo orucho kinos donge sino miningo so di konye na washa abalaja kaitedo pebe iduwe aberu ayala mangono ne jaber ne nomuni e balabe ibore ne rona kere ngesi jo papara ito taita pese bala tubere kede gwe o mamireta kini dodo jo ige una epitu na tioni sore so de balabo be angoronu ipu ege uta business ege ya iriteke muchuga busia oso iti busia na todekini yakiro ni lojes ejula kini yako raida moro re kilo ito mambe podokiti na washa
yes
balaja kaite do let's not kapangor let's not forget our roles asala kisi ikiliok ayongata angor ayongati ikiliok konya kere araimamu ikiliok kedangor eri unete o wailo violence ara ya mumu okalia da mumu ngine mame ibore ya uta mumu ile ma doteu illa marokalia
Yes.
Ekotona riengu na bongor ne je Kristo arikotona lako ni kanya.
Yala mano.
Muno kidore sarre ngusho kere angor no serere Women's Day na atemun nga je kinya announcement nga loto.
Okay.
Tetere kese ki onda itemuno kinai kanyeta tumuna kanyuni.
Yalamano.
Odongora primary school.
Yalamano, yes, Honorable Asio, akirodonwa wasia. In just 1 minute, aekeo kesawa.
Just isi ko ikin angor. Bakase musuguno, you educate a girl, you educate a nation. An empowered woman is an empowered community. So, mame kota jala out, akire jala out. Bengini sawa, jaberi kota ilipitoi, jaberi kota irim. Let's do something as women. Moya ya putumo ido kage ona itep. Arre mame ofisi, okori akona misiri. Soda ilipilo papa. Anye ikini moye geunde bona tutakoro pota sikosa gwelanari. Then avoid domestic violence in front of the children. Itated way. Mame busa kinita and then sexual abuse. Mame joke. Dumuni jobeni so amata resune. Ntase amunari kusidue, arengareni kusidue. Pota bokeze shisha unaneni. Then lastly, to all the women, let's learn to respect ourselves and respect your husbands and your marriages. God bless you, Olia Muria.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful. I want to end on a very good note by saying that there's going to be a village registration of all women in the villages. Among others, the Electoral Commission has organized a very important exercise, which will inform even the villages which will come in the next voting. Women councils are going to be elected in August. There's a verification exercise. The field work begins between 17th and 26th of March. Women councils, please, all of you, come and participate in this so that you strengthen our units. I know that the update list is going to be created between now and April so that eventually all the villages will be mapped out. And women are expected to participate in these elections. Irrespective of political parties. Go and mobilize, but mobilize for NRM and ensure that all these National Women's Act mandates 4 years. Which the 4 years are expiring. I'm sorry it's not an advert.
Yes,
but I wanted
it's okay.
to put it along this subject so that these women's councils which are going to be generated and formed can help to strengthen the women's cause.
Thank you so much.
We're praying that you mobilize and participate in these elections. As long as you are 18 years and above, you are a woman, you are a citizen of Uganda, and you ordinarily reside in that area.
Thank you so much.
This adds on value that this will bring all women together to discuss and support each other so that they help in the development of this country. Women, prepare yourselves for the next Women Council elections, which will be held in August.
Thank you so much. Our time is up. Let me cross over to Honorable Caroline Aisu Akope. Your last words. Akon kirodon wa wasia inyetanakini.
Eyalama noi ateker eyalama pokite radio kutoka isini koikino ni watoto enyiko isache enyiko isautanar ido mama ko tangata kinenerilo mama koto ate marbelwa pake dijaka eyalama noi aigang itangor ke di politics no ayapugan no ate marbe no pedra berasom e pedro kilokiti da som kutoka isini koikino na baka sibonide mamu ile mareta enyiko isawut ibuno na dumu na pa ainya buka che konya kutangeta kina bala belwa toto kalwa papa eyala manar enyiko isi aicha sita no supporting affirmative action enera no kere anwedeke kakopo eyalama
yalama no ira kora shalamiki ni esikiere anuai pala kusapa kabune raimoro kirate kirakronwe posi kwangena rayongo Moses Musa ngese jai kaona kachuma ni do upaske de Honorable Hellen Adoa, a minister na ada yaita kiro nukakur ka ichorin. Nepepe ka Willy Bisanga, lo dairai e chairman lo kaipatelo wa NRM oibuga lo kosoroti. Nepepe ka Honorable Grace Asio Ongorok. Na akola goi taraute a member na kairabeto oibuga soroti otomopati angon lo kao NUP. Nepepe iupaka Honorable Aisu Caroline Akope. Na ada goiti kapati arauna memba na kairabet na ego ikina mochalanu kaibu gasoroti kwangina kura shalam kini yasikere kangundu wapoto jasi epupete so agori eke anatare Uganda kakwapukere ngundu wa jasi yo Zoom ngundu wa jasi tomana luetupitoso tomana olago agori eka che Facebook and other platforms shalam kiti yesu we are out of this place idariloka suban.
It's 12 p.m.
Agento nesa walo. Yes, you know jo. MTN Senchu. Anwalo mar MTN Senchu. Itosom. My MTN app. Araimam. Ichikak star. Idopet wongon dopet. Hash. Osorijo. Adomuna pointa nuka Senchu. Angini sawan tusomajo MTN.
Everywhere you go, MTN. TN.
Ata kopimbo likolo alindekete Papa abandi Senga Georges Bundo Telito Yeah Senga Le géant garçon de Tchacho Senga Senga Jean-Jacques Bayona 5 sur 5
Angai motopame anga motopanga Angai moni mambe anga mwana zame Ngabatongo konga peba finga kanga Kombo nanga esamba na minoko ya bato
Masuni nyonso Israele
Senga
Masuni nyonso maindambe
Senga
Masuni yadamu na eva
Senga
Ofingi tongilo mimingi na kombo ya mwananganya Ofingi tongilo mimingi na kombo ya mwananganya Botika ezafo ezakolo botika Senga Commandant Aubray d'Air Afrique Senga Jean-Marie Elès Senga Bob Bopesso Koua
Angai motopambe anga motopanga Angai moni mambe anga debriale Ngabatongo konga peba finga kanga Kombo nanga esamba na minoko ya bato
Moto yo akela ba maladie
Senga
Moto yo akela ba cimetière
Senga
Moto azwa problème pene nanga
Senga
Bofingi tongilo mimingi na kombo ya mwana moto Bakomboni osbizanga lokumu bosibo pesanga Babotonga nga bofinga nga lisusu bolingi nini Senga Baba Mazibu Senga Alphonse Lukundula Papa Olivia Senga Ah c'est le beau fambo
Angai motopambe anga motopanga Angai moni mambe anga sepepaze Ngabatongo konga peba finga kanga Kombo nanga esamba na minoko ya bato
Esenga asusu mpasi
Senga
Moto nyonso akoki kozwa sofe
Senga
Donc moto to akoki koningana na ye sauf kaka
Senga
Maître le Mabé Schwarzenegger Bofingi tongilo mimingi na kombo ya mwananganya Botika izofo papa na roki azali rien Senga Pacho Ipino Viviana Leia Senga Tai Tai Esperanza Fula Senga Mama Colonel Moïse
Angai motopambe anga motopanga Angai moni mambe anga mwana iwa Ngabatongo konga peba finga kanga Kombo nanga esamba na minoko ya bato
Bango un peu toujours kaka
Senga
Oh bango raison toujours kaka
Senga
Bango isango biso toujours mpasi
Senga
Bofingi tongilo mimingi na kombo ya chacho mbala Bofingi tongilo mimingi na kombo ya papa kurutu na bango botika Ezafo papa na mino aza innocent Senga Bakali Sembe Chirac Makayabu Senga Blaise Thierry L'œil Destin à 5 sur 5 Senga Moto, abatika, abayambula, abatika,
Emotions.
Everybody does say, mommy, I know they.
Your music.
My wish, you are the one I love.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go. Remember, I need the young company.
1, 2, 3.
You're listening to the top hits of the 70s, 80s, 90s, and today on 8.4 FM.
Bossy, Godfather, man a OG, man a half humble, man a bossy. Fling a rag a rhythm like it's all free. Bossy, house on the coast G. My money so long it doesn't know me. It's looking at my kids like I'm bossy.
Hey yo, Idris, tell them what they're gonna take this. One step out to that turn up in a diss. Body comfortable, I'm physically fit. I'm a brown and sweet, just like the chocolate. Yo, Wiley, them ones don't like me. Other than the pretty with the okra body. Shut down in the city with me back then. Every man want a piece of me. The back of them up and them up.
Favorite songs that we count down the Hot 20 around the world.
Hey, we're Mercy Me. This is Chris Tomlin. Hey, what's